I became homeless because I was ill and lost my job.
Why I'm here and homeless. For one, I went through a bad divorce.
Really, it wasn't one thing. It was a devastating divorce, which led to a depression, which led to a need for medication, which I had no health insurance, so which led to self-medication with drugs.
Bad decisions from when I was younger, and just continued to make them.
In bad financial straits because I screwed up my license.
Poor economy, unemployment, loss of work.
I got old, and I got crippled up.
Is this where I get off?
Yes, this is Dignity Village.
Hello?
Hello.
I need a place to stay. Can you help me?
I'll need to take you to Tenson Population. May I have your first name?
Tammy?
Follow me. Tom, I have someone here who needs to speak with Tenson Population.
Hold on a second, let me finish my recycling. I'll be right with you, okay?
Hey, telephone!
Hi, my name's Tom. I'm the chairman of Tenson Population. How can I help you today?
I need a place to stay.
Are you currently homeless?
Yes, I am.
Okay, come with me and we'll go check out the Tenson Population meeting. Okay, so are you from Portland?
I've lived here most of my life.
Okay, so how long you been homeless?
About 5 months. I was staying in my car, but they towed it away.
Oh, that's not good.
Have you guys always been here?
Well, actually, we started back under a bridge in 2000. We started out with tents, unlike the structures we have here now. We had no electricity, no running water. It was pretty crazy back then.
The idea come up out of the streets. The idea come up out of the doorways themselves. That's where the idea come from, right? Because, it was getting cold. It was getting cold. And everybody was thinking, enough of this, man. You know, we don't want your dirty blankets.
Poor people, rise up. Poor people, you're beautiful poor people, you're strong poor people, you're bold poor people. The truth is in you poor people. Poor people, rise up!
Back in the day, I kind of met the founders of the HLF, and these people, they were the hottest thing to me since the Black Panthers, because they were actually out there doing something. I mean, it was direct action. It was the mother of necessity, you know. It was just the need for necessity and oppressed people. And what it was these people getting together, and basically they were born on the spirit of Rosa Parks, which is, I'm a worthy human being, I'm not a second-class citizen, and I'm not going to get up, and I'm not going to move, and I have a right to be in this community. Not only do I have a right, but I have a responsibility to be part of the community.
So this was what they did. They stepped out. Then they went and got shopping carts that they found on street corners and put their stuff in those shopping carts and said, we're coming out of the doorways. We're not hiding anymore, and we're not going to be ashamed, and America's going to have to face this. And about every 3 days, they chased us to another piece of public land, and we kept going. And we shoved those shopping carts all over town.
They weren't allowed to stay in one place. The city made them move from one place to another. And so they were never able to really satisfy any of their most basic needs because they were constantly having to worry about where they had to go next. How long are we going to be here? Are the police going to come in tonight? It was the same struggles that an individual on the streets has today, tonight. People are going to be struggling with the same thing.
It constitutes cruel and unusual punishment, right, to chase poor people from place to place, to deny them the human rights, the human necessity of putting out our tents and cooking a meal.
It literally was critical mass. Because if it would have been 4 or 5 people, they just kept sweeping them. But it just kept snowballing, 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 and pretty soon, you know, wham! You know, all these people. It was just a swarm. I mean, I don't think they had enough buses to haul us all up.
Notice down here, you got yellow grass, and if you really look at it, it's like a ghost. It's like the ghost of our homes we once had, and we're once again uprooted.
This is a struggle for human dignity. And just because you're poor does not mean that you should not be allowed basic human dignity.
Your rights are, first of all, won, and second of all, once you win them, you have to defend them. That's what we're doing here. We're soldiers. Soldiers.
Finally, we hit ODOT land. And so the city said, well, it's not our land. And the county said, well, it's not our land. The state says, well, it's our land, but we don't know what to do with these people. Well, then finally they decided that it was the city's problem. So the city said, no, it's not our problem. The state says, yes, it is. It's in your city. But we'll solve it. We'll make you deal with it by charging you money.
Yeah, this is like necessity driven. It's like from the bottom up, and we're going to take this shit because we ain't got nothing else, and we're going to run with this, and we're going to call this damn thing Dignity Village our home because this is all we have in the whole world, and we will make this work because we have nothing else. We will take public land because we are the public. Thank you very much.
The land that's on now, and I think it may not be always clear to everybody who's a supporter, is not the city's land. It's owned by the state, and Dignity Village moved on to it without the state's permission. The state's immediate response was to request a sweep from the police.
This 24-hour notice. It gives you a day to move your things off. If you choose not to do that, then after noon tomorrow, you may be subject to arrest.
Arrest?
Yep.
When Dignity Village moved to this site, it was without the permission of the state. I believe the state was very thoughtful and appropriate in how it responded.
The homeless problem is not going to go away. And moving it way out by the airport is not going to help. All that's going to do is make the situation worse.
I wish I had a better site to move to immediately, but that's the one we've been able to come up with.
On one side stands a jail, on the other, a fenced asphalt lot. 40 minutes by bus to downtown Portland, 2 miles from the nearest store, which is a mini mart, not even a grocery store. I'm just wondering, how can people get off the streets like this? How will people work, go to school, and access other social service agencies? Closed off, outside of the city, behind a fence, it feels like a concentration camp.
It was the same choices that Native Americans were faced with when they were forced to remove. The choice is that you stand your ground and possibly be annihilated, or you wrap up your pride and your dignity and your self-respect and you swallow it, and you go along with the greater authorities, the city government, or in case of Native Americans, the federal government's wishes, and you move to a place where you are much more likely to fail.
Despite these drawbacks, village residents were initially prepared to accept the site, primarily to avoid a confrontation with police. At the city council meeting, villagers reluctantly agreed to move to the Sunderland site to demonstrate their good faith in working with the city. The village hoped very much to avoid confrontation and to simply be allowed to peaceably pursue its long-term vision. Now that the villagers have seen the site, they have concluded that they cannot move that far out of town, especially under such dire conditions.
Why can't we be allowed to do for ourselves? We're not trying to impose or impress. We just trying to have an impact on society that if we're allowed to do for ourselves, we can become productive.
Basically, we're going to stay here. Basically, it's all about unity in diversity. That's what we're about. And basically, I want to say that the power resides with the people, and that the politicians are the servants of the people, and they don't quite realize that. The people are the boss for the politicians. And if they come, we're probably going to just link arms. It's going to be kind of like the raising of the shanty town, you know, like Bacawal back in Jamaica in 1966.
Also, I'd like to have a little clarification about the flag we were flying upside down. It's not to offend any Americans. I'm a proud American. But when you're fishing and your boat's going down, you fly the flag upside down and you pray to God that someone sees your ship.
I won't do it because I have money. Well, we don't have money. What we do have here is dignity and love for each other.
What they're trying to do is just trying to put us back onto the reservation. And I don't see that feasible.
The only family I got right here is in Dignity Village. I love you all very, very much.
And I know from all the stories of people here, and they deserve our support, and I hope we'll give it to them.
Here's the deal. We're going to do what's called a go-round. We'll start with JP and just go person to person until we capture everybody's thinking.
I don't like the idea of just taking it up the ass and letting all these people that are vulnerable be picked on. And frankly, I think we have a lot of support if we stay here. We're not saying we want to fight. We're staying here waiting for a real option, for a real home.
I went out there today and I thought, okay, I'll work with the city. I'll hold my head up and lift this long nose of mine in the air and I'll walk in there like a lady. But I got out there and I saw that fence and I saw the barbed wire and we turned on the water spigots and I saw the water running to the center. It's a compost heap.
So they're dumping us off at a dump site. It's more polluted probably than this place is. I'm not going.
And it's crazy for them to do this. It's criminal. It's a federal crime. And I told Mayor Katz it was a federal crime.
I'm certain that we will prevail. It will be a poor people victory of incredible magnitude when we do. If I'm willing to go to jail, I hope a lot of you guys are willing to go with me.
Everybody, especially the villagers, please listen. My heart is with you no matter where I am. I love you very much.
And I would rather go to jail. And this is not just an issue with us in B-Town, you know? This is coast to coast. And maybe we can set a precedent by sitting here and saying, you can kiss my ass, I am not going nowhere.
All I ask is that you keep the struggle in mind. I don't ask that you don't go there. I don't ask that you don't compromise. All I ask is that you keep the struggle in mind. You keep dignity in your heart. Keep dignity in your head. Dignity!
You need some professional help to crack the issue of homelessness. You can disagree with me, and that's fine. That is my belief, and I have that strong belief. What if I had come to that camp in November or December or January? Now I know I'm not going to be in your camp. I'd say, oh, that could be me or that could be my kids. That's never going to be me. That's never going to be my kids because I've got money. I've got access.
For these people, their highest need has to do with not just shelter but dignity. Who even knows what that really consists of when you don't know what it feels like to not have it?
Americans are willing to embrace the fact that racism is wrong. Americans are willing to embrace the fact that homophobia is wrong, that sexism is wrong. It's time to embrace the fact that classism is wrong. It's discrimination. We will not stand for it. We will stand united and we will die with dignity if need be. If you were to sweep us, I promise on my grave that there will be more tent cities. If you sweep us, we will come back. If you sweep us, we will come back. If you sweep us, we will come back and back and back and back and back and back and back until victory.
Dignity! 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 Dignity!
What happened at the village, everyone looked to Ibrahim. And when Tesa folded up Ibrahim's tent, also the supporters came running in, yelling, take the deal, and all this crazy shit. And so what happened is you had a fragmentation of the group that was there. Some went to the Field of Dreams and occupied that, basically your homeless front. And then there was the faction that came here.
This model that's been established gives people their dignity back. We may be poor, but we can take responsibility for ourselves and for the things that we do have, however humble it is.
Tea time!
It gave me a place where I could be without being roused by the police or having to worry about going to jail, or having a place I can keep my stuff.
I do have somewhere to come and call home. I'll lay my head at night, and I don't have to worry about nobody messing with me. I'm safe. Heck, I can sleep with my door open or leave, and don't have to worry about my stuff. It'll still be there when I come back. Everybody watch out for everybody here.
You know, it's having a bathroom and not having to degrade myself as an adult woman to go over and squat behind a dumpster. And to be able to get a shower and be clean when I go to work, and being able to be part of a community, part of something important, part of a big family. I'm not alone anymore. It's given me time to start getting my head together, because I went straight from devastation and shock, and I was married 23 years, and all of a sudden it was over, and I didn't even see it coming, and I was just a mess, and jumped into drugs, and I still struggle with that. I jumped into a drug situation to try and stay numb all the time. This has given me a chance to try and sit back and be safe, and my belongings to be safe, my person to be safe, where I can think and I can try and start working out all that stuff, and I have worked out a lot of it.
This place gave me a chance to own up to my problems, to take ownership of my screw-ups. And along with other friends and comrades here who supported me, I am now like a viable member in the Portland community. I'm very proud of this village, and this village has allowed me to have a driver's license and get on some normality into my life.
Dignity Village has taught me a lot about myself and what I can do and what I can't do.
You come in here with, a backpack and a sleeping bag, and find a little community that everybody has worked together to put together. And we've got these great little houses that are made out of somebody else's junk pile. It's all recycled wood. So you see what can be done with nothing by a bunch of nobodies, and it just makes you feel better. I flopped the first time out there, without work and without a place to stay. And I ended up here, and I'm getting a new perspective, and I could take another run at it. a lot of good people around here. Everybody will help you if they can. We don't have that many experts here. It's a bunch of people that messed up wherever they were before for whatever reason, and now they're here trying to do it over again.
This is a good program if you're trying to help yourself.
You have to work some 10 hours to get, at least to get your hours in. You know, that's mandatory 10 hours a week. You know, that's nothing to do. You can even sweep the common area. Well, if everybody participates just a little bit, everything goes smooth. You know, it won't take what would take one person to do all week. If everybody pitch in a little bit, it'd take maybe one day. You know, it's teamwork. That's how you get everything done.
Just everybody doing something together is what I like the most of it all.
I mean, no, but there's no one saying that you have to this or that. I mean, it's up to you on what area you want to work at.
You know, don't feel obligated to contribute to the village doing physical labor. You know, if that's not healthy for you, there are always other jobs.
I'm involved in the core group. I'm involved with security. I'm involved with I'm the vice chair of Tents and Population. I'm the vice chair of the village.
She's a paper pusher, and I'm the grunt. I built the house that we're living in, and I help with security weekly. And it's much more hands-on contribution of mine. But we need people to run the pencils and come up with the ideas. So that's her.
I'm a bean counter. I take care of the general hours for everybody here in the village. And then I do security. I do anywhere from 6 to 18 hours a week security. And pulling nails and cutting wood for the wood pile. And
well, I do building, security, and whatever needs to be done. Donations sometimes.
I'm part of the building department. I do security. I attend meetings.
On the minor side, I'm the nail pounder. I do the paperwork, you know. I'll take out the garbage, take the new kids under my wing, show them where the porta potty is and where the shower is.
I help to write bylaws. I've served as a board officer. I've served on the council. I've served as a security coordinator. I've served as the bean counter.
Oh, I am currently the secretary of Dignity Village. I'm also one of many builders.
Well, currently I am the outreach coordinator and chairman of the board of Dignity Village.
I'm not perfect, but I try to be a good example, you know, and just try and be in a good mood when things get you down. It doesn't help to go around moping and get everybody else down. You got to, you know.
So he goes around with a knife that goes, this thing with a sword knife that goes through his head, or these Fred Flintstone horn, Great
The
Pumbaa.
Royal Order of Water Buffalo.
Yes, hat.
Headpiece with the horns.
Or a security badge this big that says security on it. He does these really weird things. He gets everybody laughing.
Well, people get too tense here, you know. When people want things to go their way, and they want everybody to jump in line and do what they're doing. But we just have to be ourselves. Do what you can do.
In here, we have gay people, we have straight people, we have people who haven't decided, we have people who made a decision and it's not what they were when they were born. We have people who are Republicans, Democrats, Green Party, Socialists, we have
Christians, Muslims, Rastafarian,
We had one communist, but he left.
Jews. What else do we have in here, for God's sake? One of the things that is part of our mission statement, or our statement really, is that we do not discriminate against you about the color of your skin, your religion, your sexual preference, your age, or what you did yesterday. I don't care. Just don't do it here.
We try to respect each other. We try to. I mean, we know that a lot of people don't like each other here. Some don't. But it's just a community that we have to deal with this day by day.
Oh, community?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see community? Now, see, this is the way you do it.
A lot of people here respect each other. They just have a hard way of showing it and telling each other. So that's where all the negativity comes out, is because they don't know how to tell someone that they did a good job, or that they like what they're doing, because we have based everything on a mentality that you don't know what you're doing, so therefore why should I, you're just here, you're just homeless. Even us inside sometimes get that mentality, and it's hard to show that you respect everybody in that kind of a situation.
Without feeling of personal respect, you rarely have feelings of respect for other people. So, your first step back to life is to regain your self-respect. As soon as you become a valued and appreciated person, you can then begin to value and appreciate others.
At Dignity Village, our rules are based on love and respect. Those rules help us to work and live together as a community.
It's easy to know here in Dignity Village with the rules, because there's only 5 major rules. I mean, there's no scientist to figure them out or to obey them.
Of our 5 rules, the non-violence one I think would be the most important, because you have to feel secure in your little home, and our common area with one television that we watch in the evening might have 35 or 40 people in there. And when you got that many people in your living room, everybody's got to behave. I mean, we're not kids here.
If you can't talk about it, walk away. If you can't come to an agreement, leave it alone.
Rule number 2 is no theft, and I think it's kind of shitty for one homeless person to steal from another homeless person.
If you're going to live together, why are you going to steal from each other?
Right there, that's invading of your privacy anyway. I mean, if somebody's sitting around stealing, that's a problem. And once somebody starts stealing, then there's some conflict between the whole community. I mean, you get caught stealing, you're out of here, or fighting and stuff like that. I mean, physically harming another person. That's not tolerated here.
And I would like the record to reflect that that I have grave concerns about the direction of the village because of our excessive tolerance, and that we're at a crossroads right now where if we're too tolerant, it will destroy everything we're creating. We have to be able to self-govern. There has to be a tough love and a firmness to Dignity Village. It can't be like, take it and let them give it to you kind of thing, because the reality of the situation is that there's several people here that don't beat their wives, that don't wander around drunk and cause shit. There's 85% of the people here are at least somewhat productive and are not a regular disruption. And it's not fair that this village goes down because it's this repeated pattern of the same few individuals consistently bringing us down. And I think that the council needs to take the graveness and the seriousness of their job
for future reference when a lot of these things come up. Because keep in mind, people aren't going to want to fund us if they see us as being tolerant on domestic violence, on alcohol, on stupidity. I motion that we send Rick out for 7 days, 30 days probation.
To you?
Number 3 is no drugs, alcohol, or paraphernalia on the property or within a 1-block area.
What's the big deal about that one?
Because a great percentage of the homeless population, if they were not addicted before they got on the streets, they are by now because they don't have access to medical. So they self-medicate. But we know that alcohol invites violence, and we know that drugs invite theft. And so that one interferes with all of our other rules. That one will cause us not to do our hours. That one causes us to be disruptive when we come down. That one rule causes violence, and it causes theft. So if they adhere to just that one rule, they're bound to be in better shape.
Because the village is supposed to be, is supposed to help people regain their life, and part of that is getting away from the drugs and the alcohol. And if it's on the premises, and people that come here that want to get away from it, they can't.
You know, I was a very successful person, and then I put the needle in my arm. You know, God, it was great. It was great. Love this stuff. Whoops. You know, yeah, and it won me this, you know. I mean, well, it didn't win me this. It won me out there. My first step back to life was saying, I've had enough of out there. I better figure it out. And Dignity Village opened the door to me. Oh, okay.
Why that's working out that way, I have no idea.
Well, I had pretty much backed myself up into a pretty tight little corner, you know, with my stupidity and my drug use. I put myself on the street after having been a homeowner. I threw myself right out of my job after having worked there for a very long time, a job that I really, really loved because I was high. I lost every aspect of life, everything. I mean, not just a physical and the tangible. I lost the intangible, you know. I put myself on the street, and I had no self-esteem, and I had no friends and no family, no comfort, no warmth. I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. I had no self-control. The drugs drive you. The drugs tell you what you're going to do. Although you believe foolishly that you tell them what to do. No, they drive you. So, you know, I had nothing left. I came here with one intention on my mind, to stop doing drugs. There is peer pressure here. There is also in your peer pressure, there's acceptance. There is a lot of counseling. And then there were a billion other reasons, including if I continue to do drugs here, against the policy of the village and against the policy of the city of Portland, not only will I cost myself my own home, but I will cost every one of these people theirs. That was the final straw for me, is I had no right to cost these people their home after they said, we'll take a chance on you and we'll try to help you. Well, let's go with these. Going forward. Come on. Here we go. Oh, my inbox. You have yours. I have regained my self-esteem and my self-worth. Even if they didn't originally come here to stop, why they don't later look around and go, I don't have to do this. I don't have to let this control me. I don't have to let it rape me and suck my blood and take every dime, every family member, every credit card, every car, every possession, and every bit of self-respect from me.
No constant disruptive behavior, I think, is an important one. But I think if somebody's constantly an irritant or a problem, it rubs off on everybody else. It's going to lead to those other things. You know, if things are stressful all the time and there's constant pressure or disruption, it's going to lead to the alcohol or the drugs. It's going to lead to the violence, not necessarily the theft, but it's going to lead to people wanting to get out of here more and take off, so they're not here getting their hours done or doing things for the village. So constant disruptive behavior really is a big cloud over the village, somebody that's causing a lot of problems like that.
I think that the most important one is that everybody must contribute to the village.
Because without everyone, this place cannot be all it can be. This is a step up. Every person here should be coming here and taking a step up, which means you become responsible for yourself and responsible for the survival of your community.
You didn't have to put in 10 hours of sweat equity. Nothing would be done. You wouldn't have a security force. You wouldn't have a place to come home to, because you'd have garbage piled knee-high to a grasshopper. There's different jobs for everybody, so that everybody in here can do many different things. And I think that's the most important.
Or we wouldn't have a Dignity Village if nobody helped.
When you get here, you don't have, you're just a resident. You don't have the right to vote. You know, you're just getting here. You're pretty much here and just kind of learning about everything.
And when we say participant's name, we say put the name that you want to be called, okay? Because everybody here is who they want to be, as long as it's truthful and honestly, okay?
People first get here off the street. They're on a bit of a probationary thing. They stay in the common there, and they don't have their own little structures, and it provides a good chance for everyone who already lives here to see if we got some real flakes coming in, because, you know, we need people that are going to pitch in and help here and try and make the place better. We don't just need more problems. So we want bums of stature, you know.
Because it takes a while of being here, whether, you know, maybe even if it's just a month, it takes a while of being here to understand the rules and why we have them, and what we have the rules for, and what problems we've had that have caused us to come up with those guidelines and stuff that we live by. And you know, if you have people that don't have that understanding and they just come in off the street, then it's gonna throw everything off if they don't have that understanding.
New people are so overwhelmed with all the million things that they have to learn in 8 seconds or less that the next day they're wandering around star-eyed, having no idea where they are and what their first move is, let alone their next move, you know, so.
You know, and I think new people coming in don't really understand how it all works yet, and that comes with time, and membership, getting membership takes time.
To be a member of the village is one of the things you should strive for, because of the simple reason we're a membership-based nonprofit. The members are the ones that make the rules and regulations for the village. We also are the ones that have the vote to say how the village is run by electing our council.
Last one is, if you're just a resident or a guest, you don't have ownership of Dignity Village. And the biggest and that's one of the most important things, is it gives you ownership. You own the corporation.
It's about everybody, you know, a community coming together, and it's part of our democracy here.
When you become a member, that right of voting, that privilege to vote, is so important. You know, I hear people out there saying, well, my vote doesn't count. In here it sure as hell does.
Okay, all in favor of reinstating bi-monthly membership meetings?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Your personal responsibility of membership is to absolutely ensure that you attend the meetings, that you participate in because that is the running of the village. You need to participate in every aspect of the membership meetings. You need to stand up and say, this is how I want things done.
I really have done a lot of studying ever since I was 7 years old. I've read a lot and I've studied a lot. And this is the conclusion I've came to. Men, it's in their DNA to fight and go to war. It's not their fault. You're just going to do it. What I really want to see here is an all-girl council, all the men out.
As long as we help each other out, this place can go good. You know, I mean, it's not just you're looking out for yourself and yourself only, then now you're looking out for everybody here too.
Like the Emperor saying. Well, now, part of it belongs to the village. This is grant fire.
When we all came fresh out of the doorways, the original core, and the people that followed, there was a sort of thirst for meat that was very fierce. It was like a hungry dragon that came and roared. A day-to-day life committing thing, and it's not all poetry, it's not all fun, it's not all music, it's not all harmony. Unity isn't people dancing around a Mayflower, you know, or anything. Unity means things function. There's still human nature that kind of comes about. Unity is a matter of, are these things that come about, these differences, able to destroy things, or is there a mechanism in place to where even if I think you're an asshole and you think I'm an asshole, we understand that we have to work together. We don't have to be friends, but we have to work together because it's in both our common interests.
You can say action.
Rising up and trying to hold down and make them
Who would have thought back in the day that we'd exist this long? You know, it's amazing. You know, Croker's gone, but the village remains. You know, Charlie Hales is gone, but the village remains, and some of the founding members are gone, but the village remains. The village remains.
Jack and Ibrahim and JP and I, we were the beginning. But I'm looking at Shelley and Ross and Ron. They're the next ones. But their time is soon going to end. And there will be another behind them. And hopefully each one will catch that dream. yourself. Oh, make yourself at home.
Hey, what are you guys watching?
House.
Cool. I'm watching it. Oh, hi, Cammie.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Telly. Do you need anything from our donations department tonight?
No, I think I'm gonna be okay.
Good. We're really glad you're here.
My biggest contribution, probably just me being here. So I'm just such a character.
Take one into the village.
At Dignity Village, our rules are based on love and respect because we can't talk and we don't want to.
Somebody gonna die. Somebody gonna die. Gonna meet Jesus. Please. Okay, he fast, I slow, I lose.
Take my favorite girl with me. That's you.
Thank you for clarifying that. You had me worried.
And her too, I like her.
Oh, hi, Cammie.
Hi.
Hey, do you need anything from our donations department tonight?
No, I think I'm gonna be okay.
Cool.
Take 5.
Oh, hi, Cammie.
Hi.
Hey, do you need anything from our donations department tonight?
No, I think I'm gonna be okay.
Terrific. We're really glad you're here.
Take 7.
They warn. Probably because it's financial.